Man, this crib is for sale. Look at this. I want a house like this. This is a nice ass house. What's up, what's up? Keith Kelfis. Let's talk about work and money and business and locations, and talk about if you're struggling in your business and you're not making any money and you got all these low paying customers haggling you and they're telling you all their problems, they don't have any money, they can't afford their landscape bill, and they're ripping you off and you're struggling. Start moving and migrating your thoughts into rich neighborhoods or upper middle class neighborhoods where they've got money and they can afford to pay. Because if you're, trimming someone's shrubs and cutting their lawn and their landscape bill is $110 and you're making a 20% profit margin, I mean, how much are you really making after all of that stuff? Or maybe you can't even afford to bring your business into legitimacy, and you can't afford to even pay taxes or get an insurance policy because you're not even making enough money to. You know how frustrating that is? And how scary that is? So you got to get into the rich upper middle class neighborhoods. But I live in the poor area and it's right down the street. Yeah, well, if you got to put miles on your truck and extra gas money to get over and drive to where the money's at, but the average landscape bill in an upper middle class neighborhood isn't $150, it's $650, $750, $850 per maintenance, right? These wealthy people are busy, they make a lot of money, they're doctors, lawyers, dentists, physicians, things like that, and they need someone to cut their grass and trim their shrubs and pull the weeds and lay the mulch and trim up the trees and do all that, and they're willing to pay for people who are competent and professional and know what they're doing. They need a good landscaper to do all that stuff. So that can be you if you drive the extra miles to do it, but at the end of the day, instead of making 70, 80 bucks profit, you made $380 or $580 profit at the end of the day. You'd be like, hell yeah, bitches, feeling good. You might get home a little bit later, but it's worth it. So start putting your thoughts into the rich neighborhoods. Go drive around in rich neighborhoods. Is this no turn on red? I can't even tell now. I got a bunch of cars behind me because I'm videotaping while driving. I'm going to have to just wait for them to honk the horn. So anyways, the price of a YouTube channel. So put your thoughts into rich neighborhoods. Start thinking and maybe putting advertising, if you can't afford that, Craigslist ads in the city of your nearest wealthy neighborhood, in the zip code of your nearest wealthy neighborhood, and get over there ASAP as soon as possible to where the environment is key. In Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, they did a study and they researched all the hockey players and all these famous sports icons and business moguls, real business, and they tracked back to these people's childhoods, and they were just average kids that were in an environment that supported success. Environment that supports success. Now, if you take some green, healthy grass and you try to plant it in sand in the desert, it's probably going to die. But if you take sand that's dying in the desert and you plant it in a nice, healthy, tropical environment, that grass is probably going to flourish and bloom, not because of the grass, but because of the environment. Go where the money is, or find out how to get where the money is, and literally watch the money flow into your life. Go where the money is, right? If you want to go swimming, I mean, you don't go into a basketball court because there ain't no pool there. You go where the pool is, in the pool area, and that's where the water is. That's where you go swimming, go to the pool, right? If you want Mexican food, you're not going to go to Wendy's. It's really, really starting to make sense to me that we've become experts. I'm going to say some true talk here. If you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, and your mommy and daddy weren't doctors, and they didn't pay for your master's degree to go to college and become a doctor, you are an expert at doing, I can't even look at you when I say this, you're an expert at doing yard work. We are experts at doing fucking yard work. So you better get really fucking good at it. You better get really good and efficient and become a master and treat your yard work business like a professional business and outshine every other person who does yard work and be the best at it. Because if you want to get into another business because you ain't making no money in this, the amount of shit you got to eat against all the competition of people who are already great at what they do. What are you going to do? You're going to go back to college for 15 years to become a doctor? Yeah, go live in a dumpster for 15 years and then end up, $250,000 in student loan debt. And then after all, it's not going to happen. Garage sale, bitches. So where you're at in your life right now, there ain't no turning back. You've crossed the Rubicon, and you better become the best at what you do and find out how to make lemonades out of lemons. Find out how to make lemonade out of lemons and be the best at what you do and become the master and treat it like a professional business and get yo paper. You know what I love? Mow yo yard, man. That's so genius. Okay, so you got this cool ass black guy and his business is mow yo yard. First time I saw that, I was like, this guy is the shit. He's literally proud of, like, that dude. That's, you can't, what that says right there is that's authenticity to its maximum, because it's like saying it's so in your face, and his marketing is so spot on, because it's, fuck yeah, I want you to mow my yard. Like, that's the shit, dude. That guy's business is just going to keep growing and growing and growing because the authenticity is just right there. Awesome. Shout out to Mow Yo Yard, man. Oh shit, we got a garage sale. I love garage sales. It's garage sale time. Ooh, look at the edger. This is a good one too. Who's in charge?
That guy over there in the hat.
This? For the edger, the guy with the hat.
How much for the edger?
I got it up for 25 or best.
And that's a McLean, babe.
It's got a little oil leak though. The side cover needs to be taken off.
Yeah.
Because it started dripping oil, and that's why I stopped running it.
Ah.
So I need that and a belt.
See guys, go to garage sales and you can find landscaping equipment for cheap and fix it up and run your business. You don't need $800 for a brand new edger when you could buy one at a garage sale and fix it up. This is how I got my business off the ground, is buying all stuff, used Craigslist garage sales and pawn shops. And then when you get the money, you can buy new stuff. No excuses. Alright, so back to what I was saying. I mean, it's really hard when you're in a cash crunch and you're broke and you're chasing around rich people for these little tiny, $80 landscape bills. And imagine being able to afford an opinion. If you just counted $500,000 cash on your bed in the morning before you wake up, and then some customers haggling you down on a bill, you'd be like, you know what, dude? Pay me whatever you want to pay me. So you got $500,000 in cash on your bed, under your bed, and a customer is trying to haggle you down by like $30. You say, you know what? Pay me whatever you want to pay me now, but don't call me ever again. You're done. You're done. Done. You're done. Peace out. Next. 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 That's what I should just write a whole damn book called Next. And it's crazy that money controls so much stuff, because it's taken the intrinsic value of a man, the miracle that you are as a man, to, even live on this planet at this time, at this point in technology, and this level of freedom is a beautiful thing. And the currency system has allowed us to have iPhones and Androids and all that stuff. Oh, I'm getting a call. I gotta take this. Be right back. Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay, as of now, I'm looking at noon or 12:30. I'll swing by the property. I'll walk around and give you a call when I'm there, and then we'll go from there. Can you hear me? Okay, yep, I'll be there within an hour and a half. My name is Keith, and I'll call you when I'm there. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye. Cool. Referral call in a rich neighborhood. Yes. It's kind of far away, but that's fine by me because getting in that neighborhood and working in that neighborhood is like primo, baby. So I'm going to go in Ashoka Indian cuisine.
Oh, shit.
You want to talk about some spicy food that gives you gas? Makes your wife kick you out of the bed? Is it even, it's closed on Saturdays? Oh. Oh man, I need some Indian food in my belly. In my belly. So what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So it's a miracle to be alive. And the intrinsic value that you have, the spiritual and universal value, is unlimited. You can't put money on it. Yet we've been conned into the system of believing that the superstition of materialism, that the value is not inside of you, it's outside of you, in paper, in baubles and trinkets, and physical materialistic things. So it's sucked all the value out of people, and now you're no longer valuable. So a man who has no value at all, who could just be a complete con artist or a piece of crap, can still be perceived as very high value because he's got a lot of money. But a man who is a very loving, caring, spiritual, free leader, who, you know what I mean, who is a very high value, if he's broke, is not perceived as anything. He's perceived as, and treated as a bum. So it's a real toss-up that if you're a good person and you live a good life and you really care about other people and you work your ass off and you try hard and you do your best, but you're broke, you're still a piece of shit. I mean, it's not fair, but life isn't fair. So I'm just really waking up to all this, man. I'm waking up to seeing all this because my whole life I thought I was a piece of shit. I grew up poor in a poor family, broke, and whenever I was behind on the bills or I couldn't make the rent or we'd get an eviction notice or a phone would get shut off and something would go into collections and I'd end up in debt and my credit score would go down because I didn't have the money, I thought there was something wrong with me, that I was a piece of shit because other people around me were afraid of their own financial issues. So they would say, you gotta get your shit together. You gotta get your shit together. You're a fuck up. You're messed up. You gotta get your shit together. It's like, but it was really all brainwashing that because you don't have money, you're not valuable, or because you don't make a lot of money, you're not valuable. Because I'll tell you one fucking thing, you have a job, if you get a job, if you're born into a family that a silver spoon is in your mouth, and you are given a job making 150 grand a year, if you're behind on your bills, then you're really, that's when you need to get your shit together, if you're behind on your bills. But you get what I'm saying? You don't got money problems when you're making 150 grand a year and it's given to you. So, and you don't got anybody, it's so ass backwards. You get what I'm saying? A good man who works hard but doesn't make enough money is treated and feels like a piece of shit because he doesn't have enough money to pay his bills. I'm in debt, man. I'm doing something wrong. I'm working my ass off, and my life sucks because I can't get financed for anything, and my wife wants to leave me because I'm broke. Like all that, just because the numbers on a piece of paper on your paycheck. Because you don't make a lot of money. So the value has been taken out of the man and put into the numbers in which he has in his bank account, and it's real. We all buy into this and we believe this. Right? Because I'm sure there's a lot of broke people that are good people, and you put money in their hand, in their pocket, or you give them a $250,000 a year job, you'll see them creating miracles for themselves and other people they love and people that they don't even know, that they'll go out and they'll create miracles with that money and do amazing things. See, that's where the real value lies, is in the ability, the competency and capacity to